Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Elite Dangerous. I am currently starting out at Baldry Gateway in Quasarhui, and I'm going to go do some bounty hunting. I am Cypher 101, your pilot for today. Let's get started. First we're going to launch from Baldry Gateway, and we're going to head over to Planet 9 in the system.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship restraints retracted. Clear for egress.
So Planet 9 is a ringed planet. It's a gas giant. It is a ringed gas giant, so we need to go over there.
Mind your speed and your surroundings. Avoid costly collisions.
We need to head all the way out to Quasarhui 9. And go out to the Hazres that is out there. So line it up with Quasarhui 9.
Scan detected.
Don't worry about people scanning you, unless you have a reason for, literally a reason for them to be worried. But I have nothing on me. I am not wanted, so I'm not worried.
You are clear of the station. Safe travels, Commander.
Throw me all the way up. Excuse me. Clear the Mathlock zone.
Frameshift drive charging.
And I should have refueled and rearmed.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
However, I don't think I'm going to need to. Just yet. So we're currently recording, so that's good. Everything looks good. I have to say, this capture card is working really well. We have 55,690 light seconds to travel. So you want to pin your throttle to full. Because even though Quasarhui 9 and Quasarhui 10 are technically, one planet over, you have the orbits to consider. And yeah, they're a bit of a distance apart. They're going to be a bit of a distance apart anyway, as in the other side of the star here. So basically, you have maybe a couple of minutes to sort of sit back, relax, go and take a leak, go and get a drink, whatever is your fancy. Chow down on your favorite munchies, or just lean back in your chair and admire. So there's a really nice little nebula cluster over there. And you can even use this time to admire your ship. I am currently flying a Federal Corvette that I picked up just a few weeks ago. Currently I'm burning through fuel in the rate of 3.61 tons an hour. So that's a bit of a fuel guzzler, but then again, you can't really classify it in the same way as a car or like an Earth plane. They are a superluminal capable vessel has a different way of measuring fuel efficiency. So you can't really compare miles to the gallon or liters per 100 kilometers on a spacefaring vessel as this, because it's just not gonna. If you're thinking of liters per 100 kilometers, you're probably looking at 0.00001 liters. Sorry, if you're thinking like miles to the gallon, it's probably like 0.00001 miles to the gallon, if that makes sense. Probably worse than that, actually. And if you're thinking liters to the 100 kilometers, forget it. Because liters per 100 kilometers would be some stupid, ridiculous amount. I'm not even kidding. So far, this thing's been fairly well engineered by me, obviously, but you know, there are some things that I've got to do. Like my sensors, my thrusters, my shields, and the shield cell bank and all that. They're all engineered, even my weapons are all engineered, except for my life support. My planetary vehicle hangar, I don't think you can even engineer that. Pretty sure you can't. FSD hasn't even been modified yet. Neither is my heat sinks. I don't know if you can modify heat sinks. But there's only really a couple of things that I haven't engineered yet. And here we are, we're approaching Quasar 49. So this is where you throttle back. 7-second rule. See, now we're coming up to the planet and you can see that it is actually a gas giant. So you want to get up as close as you possibly can to it, and then look for that. You want the resource extraction site with the word hazardous in brackets. Because if you attack someone that you're not supposed to attack, if you idiotically leave your report crimes against me on, like I have, which I'm doing that now, sometimes that comes in handy, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's a complete waste of time. But in here, it's not. There's no, like, you won't even be able to get out of call. So this is why Hazres sites are a great place to find pirates, because there's no security. So it makes great sense for people like me, bounty hunters, to attack these pirates. So deploy your fighter.
Copy that. Going live. Stand by.
Oh yeah, a big shout out to Atlas Corporation, one of the elite, dangerous
Fighter is now active.
player
Stand
groups. I am actually a member of Atlas Corporation, so hence why I'm giving them a big shout out. Also Galcop, which is a group that my player group is a member of, so a big shout out to them as well.
Scan detected.
If you're on Xbox,
Scan detected.
let me know and I can see about getting you into the group. Alright, we have our first victim, as it were. Deploy your hard points and throttle up. Set half to systems and weapons. He's wanted. We have all our weapons deployed. Open fire.
Under attack. Scan detected.
Make short work of him. Missiles. Pound him with a missile. Another missile. Boom.
That's one for the salvage crew.
He's down.
Can't see any more threats in here.
So doing that will get you some money, and it's actually a lucrative way of getting, you know, money fairly early on, even if you're far into the game like I am with the Corvette. You can still do this, and it's not a bad way to. It's actually not a bad way to earn money. So feel free to give it a crack. And we are in an icy asteroid field. We're actually in an icy ring system. So we'll turn around. There's the planet. Excuse me. There's the planet. Smasher. Is he curious about you? Are you wanted? Yes, you are. Your goose is cooked, mate.
Target shield.
Shields offline. Fire missiles at him. And he's out of
Target
here.
is history. That's all of them. I love a skirmish, don't you, Commander?
Oh, I indeed do, my friend. He hardly touched me. So, this is actually a really good way to, you know, earn some money. I also got a 1,000 credit weekly bonus from Aisling Duval because I was in power play with her, but that was a means to an end. H-Monster. Ooh, hello, he's an elite. He, she, person, thing, it. Space confetti. You choose death then.
Under attack.
Oh yeah, and this is also a good way to build up your combat rank. This is also a really good way to build up your combat rank. And their shields are offline. Fire missiles. Kaboom.
One for the salvage crew.
Whoops.
Heat sink deployed.
My bad. Oh well. It's only one heatsink. So yeah, this is also a good way to, you know, get your combat rank up. It's going to be slow. There is no way around that. Ooh. My rebuy cost has gone up again. Sick. So yeah, 35 million credit rebuy. If you're going to be flying a Corvette or a cutter, be prepared for the rebuy cost. Number one rule with Elite Dangerous, never fly without a rebuy, because if you outfit a ship like this in the way that I have and then fly without a rebuy, you're a fucking nutter. Why would you? It's like driving a car with no insurance. You drive a car with no insurance, you crash it, that's it. It's all gone. He's clean. What about you? But if you got insurance on your ship, then say you crash your car, you get money towards a new one, or a new one pretty much straight off the bat. And I think he's...
Shields offline.
What's going on here? Is it just me, or did he just slam straight into an asteroid? I think... no, he's in a battle.
Target shields online. Target shields offline. Scan detected.
You're gone.
Target is splashed.
Warning. Thermal attack. Gaining heat. Target shields offline. Scan detected.
Looks like we got more than one target to contend with, Commander. The fight is taking a lot of hits, Commander. I'm doing my best to keep it out of trouble. The fight has been obliterated, Commander.
Target shields online. Under attack.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm out of here. That's not a good sign. This is why you don't fly without a rebuy. if I don't get out of here, I'm going to be mincemeat. Come on, clear the mass lock zone. 70% hull. Get me out of here.
Quick shift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yep. This is why you make sure your ship is properly outfitted and not do what I just did, is try and take on 3 ships at once while in close proximity to an asteroid, because you're going to get your ass chewed out. Now I've got a limp, well, pretty much limp, back to Baudry Gateway and repair. While it doesn't cost as much to repair the ship as it does to rebuy the ship, it's still preferable. I mean, it's still preferable to get out of there alive. Right? Yes, it's going to cost you to repair your ship, but hey, when doesn't it? Now for the semi-relaxing flight back. Yes, I know, I fucked up. What can you do? However, bounty hunting is a really good way to get money and rank. Oh yeah, with prismatic shields, be aware that it is going to take a while to recharge. So as soon as they go down, get your fucking ass out of there. A big shout out to a group called El Gato, which is the cat in Spanish, for making this capture card. I actually have the Game Capture HD60. If you're looking for a capture card, this is actually my first time using it. It's actually somewhat easy to use. But it's small and compact. You can carry the bloody thing in your pocket. You can take it wherever you need a capture card. Just like with the computer, you can put the capture card bit in your pocket, and then the cords and that in the bag with the computer. But I highly recommend them. So far, it's looking really good, and it's even. There's no actual game distortment. There's a bit of lag between the game itself and the computer where it's recording, but then again, it's a recording. But that being said, nothing's really distorted, so that's a good sign. And it's fairly easy to set up. You got HD in, HD out. You plug it into your computer, so it builds up the files on the computer. Then yeah. Because when you're like doing, flying around two systems and that, you can just fly one-handed until you get to the destination, and you need to actually pick up the control. But when you're flying in Super Cruise, you can just do this one-handed. It's also a good game to sit back, chuck your favorite podcast on, and basically contemplate the meaning of life. It is basically like Euro Truck Simulator, but in space. There are some people that enjoy your more fast-paced games. This has that when you're fighting, but this also it's like to and from destinations. Playing this game comes with that connotation that I'm actually a bit weird, and that's fine. I embrace the I'm a bit weird thing, because there are those that absolutely love trucking simulators, i.e. Euro Truck Simulator or this, and then those that do not. Elite Dangerous does have a very steep learning curve, so if you're a complete nugget, if you know somebody who's willing to sit down with you and teach you the ropes, do so. Once you get the hang of it, it is a fucking brilliant game. But if you're a total noob and just jumped into it headlong like I did, and I didn't know anyone who's played this game who was willing to even sit down with me to play it, I just jumped into this headlong, thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those games. It was a bit like that at first, right? Once you get used to it, it gets progressively easier and easier to find your way around and to do things. Like right now, I am both Rear Admiral with the Federation and Duke with the Imperials, and that's after a year. Admittedly, I did grind the levels, but if I didn't, I'd be still, stuck basically on the lower rungs, and I didn't want to exactly be stuck on the lower rungs ship-wise. I wanted to get to the Holy Trinity ships, if that makes sense. Alright, I have 2 out of 3 shield rings, so that's good. The third one looks like it's coming back into play. I'm going to drop a shield.
Heat sink deployed.
Yep, that's coming back online, so that's cool. I'm just going to drop another shield bank.
Core dynamics, Charlie Yankee Papa. Observe docking reservation protocol. Submit a request before landing.
Heat sink deployed.
Alright, I'm back up to full shields. So, I just increase my throttle. When you're about 7.5 excuse me, when you're about 7.5 kilometers, you can actually request docking, so I'll do that now.
Landing permission granted. Assigned to landing pad 39er.
Thank you. So, landing pad 39er. Now, one of the things you're going to learn about these big ships is they are fairly maneuverable, but getting them through the mail slot is a task, especially if you've never flown them before. I have flown the Anaconda before, so I know how this works. Approach with your head high on this in the Anaconda, because the cockpit or the bridge is about halfway up the length of the ship and is up on the top, so it will feel like you're scraping your head along the top of the mail slot. Be wary of this. And I'm a bit too far over, so I'll make that correction now. Stop there. There we go. Made my landing.
Deploying ground services. Welcome to our station, Commander.
Into the hangar. So FNS Hyperion lives to fight another day. Now, the rebuy screen is not something you want to see on a fairly regular basis. And I'm not about to sacrifice this ship to show you, because it is a 35 million credit rebuy ship, so that's not an insignificant amount of money. So, Starport Services. Welcome to Baudry Gateway. So it's going to cost me 217 to refuel the ship. 18.5 grand to restock the ship, and 193,000 to repair. But that's just the other bits. Then you've got your ship integrity. That's another 44,000 on top, because the ship integrity does not repair with everything else. The repair all is repair all modules. And I'll repair the paintwork as well. Bring it up to 100%. And that's it. And I think that's it for this video. If you like this, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing more Elite Dangerous videos now that I've got the capture card. So please drop back and let me know what you think. If you think that this is a game for you, let me know. It's about 60 Australian, if I remember correctly. Hang on. Seeing as it's recording, I can actually have a look. So, my gamer tag on Xbox Live is CypherST162. It's a gamer tag that I've had for quite a while. That one. This is actually unique to the Australian market one. So, we're looking for Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous Commander. Oh, okay. Right, so I think I paid $60 for the game. Or around about that, I think. What's this? Extra edition. It's around about 50-60 bucks. I think I paid about 60 bucks for mine. It could be a bit more, a bit less, but
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
some wise words from President JFK. Elite dang. But yeah, the game itself, the standard edition, is probably around, yeah, it's about 40 bucks. You pay an extra, I think, 10 or 20 bucks and you get the season pass. Or you basically pay that for the game and the season pass in a bundle plus, a few other things. So, it's sort of works out a bit cheaper if you buy the alternate, in a pack. You could even buy, say, go to EB Games and buy the physical version, which is basically the Commander Deluxe, just as a physical copy. Excuse me. It is a good game. I do recommend it. Yuck. Right. Anyway. Back into the game. Starport services. So, Elite Dangerous, you start out with about 1,000 credits and a Sidewinder, which is one of the smallest ships. It's technically a fighter-sized ship, but it is a jump-capable ship. Oh, and that's the wrong screen. My bad. That's outfitting, not shipyard. What do we got? Oh, we got 12 ships. Okay, that is a Sidewinder. Most pilots start their careers in Sidewinder. Most, you mean all. It is a classic ship design that has been in use in various configurations since 2982. So it's been around a while. Its original design was as a light support ship, and it lacked jump capability. Modern compact drives have enabled jump-capable versions to be created, making this a useful all-rounder. Some navies still use these ships as fighters and patrol craft. And you need at least a small-sized landing pad. It pretty much is. You start out on a small little landing pad. The landing pad is about the size of one of the Corvette's landing struts. I shit you not. It's not a bad ship. It's like a shoebox. However. Oh, hello. Ah, hello. Ooh, I can get the Imperial Eagle here, so I can get all my Imperial ships here too. That's cool. Right. The Imperial Cutter. That's the Empire's version of, like, the Empire's answer to the Corvette. It's faster and more elegant than this ship, but it doesn't match this in firepower. I mean, that being said, you take one of those on in combat, you're gonna be fucked. But, you know, this versus the Corvette in firepower. Yeah, the Corvette. The Corvette. Definitely the Corvette. The Cutter is more of a, hey, look at me, I've made it sort of ship. The Corvette is a don't fuck with me ship. So that's the difference between the Empire and the Federation. The Federation is all built for a purpose. Fit for purpose. That purpose is fuck everything. Whereas the Imperials, they just want to sort of look, you know, like, look fancy, you know. I mean, I've flown the Cutter. It's a good ship. Don't get me wrong. I love the look of it. It's not cheap, though. I had one, and I was looking around about 600 thou, you know, upgraded. And mind you, that wasn't all fully upgraded. It can jump further than the Corvette, because the Corvette at the moment's got about 15 light year jump range. That's grade 5 frame shift drive. So yeah, that's a bit hello. But if you want jump range, the Cutter is definitely one for you. If you want firepower, go for the Corvette. But out of the three, including the Anaconda, if you want jump range, the Anaconda is a good one. The firepower on the Anaconda as well is also pretty good. So, I mean, it's not, you know, up to Corvette spec on the firepower. But there have been people that have stripped the Anaconda right out, as in no weapons, no weapons, minimal shields, in pursuit of the highest possible jump range you can get. But I've actually never used the shipyard on this, so knowing that the Cutter and that is here, that's cool. And this is actually, funnily enough, a federal starport. Yeah, I'll go outfitting now. So this is actually a federal starport, which is kind of funny. So yeah, my hard points on the Corvette, I've got 2 huge multi-cannons, both with smart rounds. So if a ship that I haven't targeted crosses the path of the rounds, they just explode. They don't hit the ship, they just explode. I have a huge beam laser underneath. A large beam laser underneath, not a huge. Seeker missile rack there and there, so they're on the sides. And two small beam lasers on the front as turrets. So those work in conjunction with the beam laser underneath and the multi-cannons on top. To say that you don't want to fuck with this is an understatement. Alright. Utility mounts, I've got 2 heat sinks. Those are heat sinks, heat sink launchers. And one, two, three, 4, 5, 6 shield boosters. Oh, excuse me. Got the sniffles. Core internals. military grade composite bulkheads. They're not cheap, but they're worth it. 8A power plant. Basically everything on here is A rated except for the module reinforcement package and the fuel tank. The fuel tank is only really a C rating. You won't be able to get bigger, or you won't be able to get better because it's just a fuel tank. But it's like sensors, power distributor, life support, frame shift drive, thrusters, and power plant. They're all A rate. They're not cheap, especially when you get into like 7s and 8s. They're not cheap. Optionals. I've got a prismatic shield, fighter hangar, cargo rack. That's for, you know, things like shit that I get when I you know, do missions. Right? Missions is another thing that earns you money. Fuel scoop. Always fly with a fuel scoop. Don't ever fly without a fuel scoop. Bad news if you do. Then you might actually have to call in the fuel rats. You can get them to save your ass. Cargo rack, another cargo rack. Hull reinforcement package. A few of them. Frame shift drive interdictor. Planetary vehicle hangar, always a good thing. And the planetary approach suite. And that's pretty much it. So thank you again for listening to my prattle. I hope you enjoy watching this video. How long have we gone for? 47 minutes. Okay. So I shall sign off and get this thing encoding. So thank you so very, very much for watching this. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I did say this earlier, I'm going to say it again. As always, guys, be safe, enjoy your ship, and I shall see you later, boys and girls. Have a good one.